happen and how everything evolves. Like so I'm standing here at this specific place um with my camper van, which I really enjoy this place because nobody's here. It's super quiet. And a guy came along and I for some reason said to him, "Hey, kind of windy, no? Isn't it cold going on the beach?" Because we were super alone. He came also parked here for a day and we started talking. And within the same talk, we talked like for 2 hours, 3 hours maybe. He revealed about how his father was abusive. He started crying. We did a little bit of session where I opened his heart chakra, and it ended up in a way that we became friends. We exchanged numbers, and the next day, literally, which was today, he brought me tons of stuff. He brought me organic honey. He brought me thyme. He brought me tons of thyme. He brought me oranges, nectarines. He brought me lemons. He brought me some top quality olive oil. Um, Absolutely amazing. So he was super nice and was extremely grateful. And not only that, but yesterday he was slouching. When people have a closed heart chakra, they often slouch, and when somebody has a closed heart chakra, they usually the shoulders are to the front, they're like this. Okay? That's you by noticing little differences in people, uh body body wise, you will notice like what's going on with their chakras. It's super easy, like how are they moving their hands, like when somebody's talking, put their hands here, what does it mean? And on the throat chakra, when somebody speaks like this, like they mean it from the heart, so you can notice by the way people use their hands, it tells a lot about which energy state they're in. So anyway, so he was like this yesterday and he was very closed. Today, after the session, he was like, I said, "You're a completely changed man." And he says, "Yes, I know. I could feel it. Thank you so much." And he had the shoulders were back. He was standing tall. And the thing is, it wasn't a forced change. This is super important. It wasn't a forced change. It's something that happened completely naturally. So once you change your energy system, once you open your chakras, once the trauma leaves your body, you immediately start to change your posture. It's just you start to open up with the chakra, with the heart chakra. Your shoulders are going more to the back. You stand more taller. It literally was that big of a change. I was like, and he was glowing. He was smiling. It looked. I mean, he looked fantastic. So, it was a good session, and I wanted to say how life gives you these synchronicities. The synchronicities sometimes are amazing. And he was thinking of seeing a psychiatrist. He had anxiety. He was really bad, in a bad mood. He's taking anti-anxiety pills and these kind of like things. And he didn't really know what to do. So he went to the beach and wanted to do yoga. And by synchronicity, we meet. I give him a session. His energy system completely changes, and he opens up. And he's so grateful that he gives me tons of presents. This is the magic of life that wasn't planned. It wasn't Nobody knew it was gonna happen like this. It was absolutely amazing. Now the only thing that's missing is that yoga girl that is always doing yoga in the back here, that she needs to talk to me. No, but I'm very, very, very content and happy at the moment, and the way things are flowing and things are happening. And he gave me a bag full of organic oranges, nectarines, and lemons. It's a massive, massive bag. I had to put it up front because I don't even have space for it in the back. And now I have this manually pressed extra virgin olive oil. He gave that to me, and it's the thyme, and it's absolutely amazing. So I put the thyme in a soup that I just made. I made like a soup with thyme and art artichoke, alcachofa, I don't know how you say in English. It's like the thing that looks like a heart, and put a little bit of olive oil in it. I learned this from Brian Johnson, by the way, with the olive oil, to stop heating it. I was always heating the olive oil, and now I just cook it any other way, and then I put the olive oil on it on the ends, and I'll start doing that as well. I'll start to put olive oil on everything that I eat because apparently it's really helpful. That's what Brian Johnson recommends. Now it's going to be interesting because I have so many fruits that I'm going to do the following. I'm going to try to eat those fruits in 2 weeks. It's gonna be super. I mean, those are like 100 oranges and I don't 100 oranges and nectarines, so and lemons. So it's a lot. I would have to eat like 10 a day, and I still have some left over after a week. So I'm going to eat that. And he had an advice for me because he figured this out on his own. He's very like knowledgeable about how to eat fruits, when to eat fruits, whether they're good and bad and stuff. And a lot of things around fruits, he said, are a myth. What you have to do is the moment you get up, and any time before a meal, you eat a couple of fruits, so like oranges or something, every time, and then wait a little bit. He says in 20-25 minutes they're totally digested. Then you start to get hungry, and that's when you eat a full meal. That's what he suggested to me. And it's interesting because I decided to give this a try. I'm gonna do 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks of eating all of those fruits, and we'll see what happens to me doing it exactly the way he was saying. And he suggested in the evening to take the natural honey, half of a lemon, and the thyme, and drink it before going to sleep. I don't know. I mean, not right before you go to sleep, but so I'm gonna try that as well. And I don't know how you say this in English. I would have to see. I have a second one. I love these. What I do is I cut them in half, and I put them I put the cuts the side that is cut, I put it to on the surface, and below I put a little bit of water, and then I basically either I steam it if I have something to close it with. I'll steam it for a few minutes, or I'll just boil it in water, and then I eat it, and I love that. It's absolutely fantastic. So uh talking about opening chakras, activating chakras, one of my most favorite things to do this. I mean, there's a couple of things that you can do, and I love all of them. One of them is bija mantras. Like if you do 20 minutes, the yam with the right mudra to it, like this one, the yam mantra with this mudra, it goes yum. You do it for 20 minutes. Oh my god, your whole chest, everything will feel so soft and relaxed. And we literally do this like every day. And I highly suggest doing also tapping. So you do tapping like this, okay? And you can do it on the chakras, but very light tapping, right? Like this. And by the way, I cannot tell you enough that you shouldn't underestimate increasing your heart rate for the benefit of flowing energy. So also some form of cardio is really good to just open up all of this energy. And uh as far as foods, by the way, I'm a huge proponent now of a lot of fruits and meat. It seems to work for me extremely well. The only thing that I eat only organic meat, and I don't eat processed. I don't eat anything processed, and um I don't eat pig. I don't eat pig meat. So the I only usually eat chicken or beef most of the time. So uh or fish, any kind of like fish and something. Yesterday I had merluchon. which is a merlot. It's like, I don't know what it's called in another language. I just know in French. So, um, and listening to the heart, of course, as well, opens up the heart chakra. And then there's the breathing method. There's so many breathing methods. Um, my most favorite breathing method to open the chakras is imagine that, let's say for the heart chakra, that as you breathe in, the energy from the back goes into your heart chakra, and as you breathe out, it goes to the front. So it enters from the back and it goes out on the front. And you also, when you breathe out, you can do the mantra. So you're like, yum. And then you have also aura surgery. I call this aura surgery. It's kind of like Tai Chi Qigong, where you move your hands, but you don't move them in a specific way like Qigong or Tai Chi. You move them as your intuition tells you. And thereby you start to activate your whole energy system, your whole aura system. I mean, there's literally so many things. One of the most powerful things ever is literally the tapping. It's so powerful. And then allowing, not hindering yourself, allowing, for example, to open the sacral chakra, allow the joy, allow the sexuality, don't suppress it. Talk to your partner if it's needed to find a compromise, but don't suppress it. Like for example, I have now two women that I'm interested in Spain. One is Ecuadorian and the other one is Venezuela, from Venezuela. And I find them extremely attractive and interesting. And just the idea of meeting them, maybe it's not going to happen, maybe it's going to happen, but just the idea of meeting them and chatting with them, and the fantasy starts rolling. My sacral chakra is opening up. I feel strength, I feel power, I feel like manly, I feel like so enjoy these energies. But of course, if you're in a relationship, you got to talk with your partner about this. You got to figure this out, how you go about it. Maybe the partner you know can dress really hot in a way that really gets you going or something. Now, for the man, it's important to keep the energy with yourself and channel it upwards. So you don't want to um, lose that energy through an orgasm. Obviously, you cannot always do that. Um, to be quite honest, I would do it this way. When you want your girlfriend to be pregnant, you you just ejaculate when she's in the ovulation period. Of course, the 1 week before, whatever, and up to the ovulation. Otherwise, all of the other times, try not to have your sperm come out, because you're gonna just feel much better, more powerful, but you're going to feel horny. So that horniness must be channeled, and maybe you can work through that with your partner, and just learn to enjoy the energy and channel it without having to have an orgasm. This is a major part of transforming your energy system. Absolutely, every qigong master knows that. Every chi master knows that. So yeah, the bija mantras, the mudras which go with the bija mantras, and for example, this one is for third eye. Then you can have this one for crown chakra. So you have a lot of different mudras. You can Google them. Just put in mudra and whatever problem you have. Like for example, this one is for skin and for skin glow and blood cleansing. This one is for having more strength. This one is for metabolism and stomach. This one is for heart. Different. There's tons of different mudras. Um, one of my most favorite ways to activate the whole body is giving myself an affirmation and saying, I release all sadness and stuck emotions and stuck energies, old energies in my body. And I literally allow myself to release all of those energies. And then I just sit in silence and observe. Just the affirmation itself is like a permission slip to let all of this stuff out and just sit and observe. Absolutely amazing. And by the way, today I talked to these two women, and I felt like a surge of testosterone, and then I had to eat some meat, and I'm feeling so kind of like, oh, I feel like manly, powerful. It's absolutely amazing. I love this feeling. And it's pure vitality. By the way, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. Do you know how to test your vitality? It's super easy and it's amazing. So, if you want to test the vitality you have in your body, you take your hand and you press against this meat kind of here, what you have, okay? You press against this. And if the skin doesn't immediately pop back, here it's I'm very high chi in comparison to other times. If the skin doesn't immediately pop back, you're low chi. Here, for example, I'm a little bit more lower chi, but it's okay. It's still fairly high for my age. But there's as you get older, you will see the skin doesn't do that anymore, and or does it less and less and less. But if you eat a lot of protein, if you eat very well, if you take everything that the body needs, plus retain the chi energy, the sexual energy, and keep it high, you're going to see immediate change. It literally happens on the same day. So you have this is the best way to check your chi levels. I'm gonna make another video about this because this is amazing.